Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Good morning, everyone. My goodness, I was having too much fun. And all of a sudden, it was time to broadcast. So here we are. This is Coffee and Headlines, and it's great to see you this morning. Albert, you are watching. I love it. It is great to know that you are safe and sound in Guadalajara, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about your adventures. Gary just drove by the IKEA store in Guadalajara. It will be huge, long way to go. So we can continue to save our pesitos in order to go shopping there. Let's see. Let us get started with the broadcast. We have a few interesting news items that I want to share with you. And then I want to take a deep dive and unpack the announcement that I made yesterday afternoon after I had my non-brain fart yesterday morning about a totally new broadcast, a totally new show that maybe will be successful, maybe not. All we can do is to give it a go. So let's get started with what we have. And today we start with What a Drag. Banderas News reported on the outcome of the recent What a Drag talent competition. The fundraising event is, of course, for a local women's shelter. And this year, they surpassed the 3 million peso mark in their fundraising efforts. Bravo. And of course, you can, you can hear more about this you can read more about it in the article published by Banderas News, which will be, of course, available in the show notes today. We also learned that the local folkloric dance troupe Xiutla, the Xiutla, under the direction of Enrique Barrios, is celebrating its 30th anniversary with a special performance at Teatro Vallarta on Saturday, March 23rd at 7 p.m. We don't know exactly what ticket price is going to be yet, but the dance troupe also announced the return of their weekly performances at Plaza Lázaro Cárdenas in Colonia Emiliano Zapata. I forget the nights in which these happen, but these usually happen during the early evening, and they, of course, are outdoors, and as such, they are free for all to attend. But there's a great difference between seeing the dancers out and about and then seeing them in an indoor theater. So hopefully we'll learn more about this upcoming performance sometime soon. And this is just a reminder that things are bound to happen. Apparently, the brick flooring along the Rio Cuale pedestrian bridge is so worn out that reports of people tripping because they're, of course, enjoying the view. They're not looking down. I wouldn't be looking down. I would be enjoying the view. People are tripping on the bridge, and it is worth recalling that the replacement of this brick floor is one of the projects announced by the current administration, and we are still waiting for them to actually follow through on this important project. And I want to narrate a little bit of this thing that I read on Facebook yesterday. Natours PB is a local whale watching provider, and I read this very, very detailed account on Facebook about how the woman in charge of running a whale watching tour here in the Bay was out with her tour on her vessel, and she noticed two paddle boarders out and about. Nothing wrong with that. These were foreigners of, paddle boarders of foreign extraction. We don't know where they were from. All we know is that when the whale watching tour guide saw that they were getting dangerously close to a whale and her baby calf to take photos, she quickly informed them, hey, you guys, what you are doing is not sanctioned. You really want to keep your distance. And apparently, they didn't pay attention to her. They continued doing what they were doing. And I have three photographs that really, really made me feel a little chill yesterday. Watch this, which looks like it could have been photoshopped. This is a mother. She is jumping and frolicking and having fun with her calf. And look at how close that paddleboard or that kayak, whatever it is, look at how close it is from the whale. Now, look at what is about to happen here. In this photograph, we see that the person that was sitting on the kayak has jumped. Why? Because that whale is about to land on top of the person. And then, just look at this. Very fortunately, nothing happened. Well, the paddleboard or the kayak was completely destroyed. The person survived. Totally scared. I would have wet my pants or something. But this is what happens when, despite being warned that you shouldn't do something and you go ahead and do it, we should consider ourselves lucky, or they should consider themselves lucky, that nothing more serious happened. Had that whale landed directly on top of the person, we don't know what could have happened, but certainly a fatality could have happened. Thankfully, nothing did, but do keep this in mind. Guidelines for whale watching, guidelines for going into the ocean or not going into the ocean when you're not supposed to, are there for a purpose, and that is to protect us. So just keep that in mind. Now, let us take a quick look at the weather to see what's going on out there. And Snarky Weather says, solder me with a welding torch and call me Alan Turing. I can see the sun. Okay, lovely, but maybe not today. Today, we take a look at our weather, and our weather forecast says, 23 degrees right now and 50% humidity. Not great, not bad. We will enjoy this while we can. And of course, our weather forecast for today says clear skies in the morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon, a high of 27 and a low of 15. Tomorrow, Friday, we will enjoy mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 27 and a low of 16. And then Saturday, mostly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 27 and a low of 16. Let's see what is next for today's broadcast. Yes, I want to unpack yesterday's announcement. If you watch yesterday's Coffee and Headlines, I mentioned that I had an idea, and the idea was to create an environment, a program where people could talk about their events. So I came up with this whole concept, this whole logo, and so forth and so on after the broadcast, and I decided, let's call this the Upcoming Event Spotlight, and it is an online variety show featuring local event organizers, which will premiere on Saturday at 4 p.m. Now, if you missed all of this, let me just offer you a quick explainer video, and then we will explain the explainer video. It looks like this.
Out because you missed an awesome event here in Puerto Vallarta, or maybe your event did not get as much publicity as you would have liked. Here at Coffee and Headlines, we thrive on creating nurturing connections between our viewers and local events and happenings, so we are happy to unveil our latest experiment. Drum roll, please. Announcing our upcoming event Spotlight, an online variety show featuring local event organizers. In this live broadcast, event organizers have the opportunity to plug their events to a captive audience of English-speaking locals and visitors, provide additional details, and answer questions. All you need is to be able to connect with your cell phone, tablet, or computer and a good internet connection. Audiences have the opportunity to watch live or catch the replay on YouTube later on. But most importantly, whether in Puerto Vallarta or soon to visit our city, audiences can find out about upcoming events directly from the source. Best of all, it is free for audiences, and it is free for event organizers. Our pilot broadcast will take place this Saturday, March 9th at 4 p.m. local time. Hope to see you there. And if you have any questions, just point your browser to paco-ojeda.com/contact and we'll get back to you shortly. Thank you for watching, and most importantly, thank you for sharing this announcement with others.
Ojeda, I love it. So PETA, my Paco's inflatable digital assistant, does not have the best voice expression. I am now wondering why I chose to have PETA narrate this and not me. Let me clear my throat, and I will explain what this is about. First of all, this has to do with me being curious about what some events are like and what is going to happen at these events, or sometimes you reaching out to me and saying, hey, Paco, give a plug to this event. And, I'm happy to mention things, but when I don't know all the details, it's difficult to do a plug. This happened to me with What a Drag. I know that a lot of people know what a Drag is, but when What a Drag reached out to me and said, give us a plug, well, I'm happy to say that you're having a thing, but I cannot answer the reason why it is essential for people to go to your thing. That is your job, and you know your own event better than I do. So this is an invitation for people that are planning anything from a special menu for the week or a great performance or an opening or a workshop, you name it, to come on a live show to tell us more details and for us to be able to ask questions about the event, why we should attend, or any details that were not properly conveyed in the Facebook event or wherever we heard about it. How is it going to work? Well, the event is already listed on Facebook, and it shows like this. It's going to take place on Saturday, March 9 at 4 p.m. Now, there is that little button that says Join Event, because this is a live event. This is what you are going to see. So the event button is grayed out right now because it's not happening just yet. But when it happens, you are going to be pointed to this screen. And it says here, you're all set. See you soon. Come back to this link at the start time. What does this mean? This means that this event will not be hosted on Facebook, will not be hosted on YouTube. Well, the replay will be on YouTube later on. But this is what you will see on your screen. Now, once you see this on your screen, if you are an event organizer and you FaceTimed with your friends or used WhatsApp video to have a video call, you will know how to do it. And how exactly is that going to work? Well, at the beginning of the event, we're going to have like a special word, how we do here, that we use a capital letter Q for questions. Maybe the special word will be event. And that will, if you type the word event in your comment, that will indicate to me that you have something to announce. So at that point, I will invite you to come live on the show. And you, the person that wrote event, will see something that you will click on this window that I just showed you, and you'll be able to come as my guest into the broadcast. Of course, assuming that you have your audio and video set up, assuming that you have a good internet connection, we'll be able to have a brief conversation about your event. I'll ask you questions. You'll get us all excited about it, and it'll give the rest of the audience the opportunity to learn more about what you're doing. Now, why do this? Well, because here in Puerto Vallarta, here in Coffee and Headlines, there's only so many commercials and there's so many things that we want to do when it comes to plugging advertisers. We want this to be as advertiser free as possible, but this new broadcast will be all about you telling us about your new menu, your upcoming event, etc., etc. Why am I calling it a variety show? Because I hope that a variety of people will want to tune in and tell us about what they're doing. But, you know, if you are a performer, I'm talking to you, Mark Hartman. If you're a performer, I'm talking to you, Guda Gabor, and you want to sing a song or do something, hey, more power to you. So that is essentially how I envision this new broadcast working out. Needless to say, it may take a while for it to catch on. I want to do this every week if there is a demand for that. And needless to say, for the first few ones, I will also have some event announcements ready just in case people are not ready, willing, and able to go live, or maybe they haven't heard about it. But that is the general intention. If you have any questions, thoughts, suggestions about this, oh, and I forgot to say, this is totally free. Of course, if like 25 people want to come and tell us about their event on any given day, we may have to plan for that. But for the time being, this is free to watch, free to announce, and I've just shared it with a few event organizers that I know, and hopefully we'll have at least a couple this Saturday so that we can get the ball rolling. If you like the idea, if you don't like the idea, I am all ears and look forward to your comments. But before we go there, one final announcement of Tony Bennett, his life and his music. This is a return presentation that is going to happen this afternoon at 5 o'clock in a comfortable air-conditioned space. I hope to see you there. And now, let's see what's on your mind. And I'm looking for cues as always. Oh, of course, if you have any questions about the new broadcast and about the pilot, and you would like to be there and are not sure how it's going to work, do let me know. Just write a comment or reach me through the contact page on the website. I see a lot of good mornings, and I'd love to read those. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what I see. Let's see what I see. Pay attention to me. Or rather, don't pay attention to me. Or rather, I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm just looking for comments with a Q. I see comments about the bridge tripping. I see comments about people that don't like to walk it anymore. I don't blame you. Let's see. I see empathy for the whale, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You know, when people do something out of ignorance, hey, you didn't know. It's ignorance. But when you are informed about why you shouldn't do something, you still do it, that's no longer ignorance. That becomes stupidity. So I totally agree with this, Mark. You know, stupid people, yes. The expert told them what to do and what not to do, and if the person continued to go and do that, you know, what are you gonna do? Barbara, you know, this new, and thank you for the report on the restaurant, but this new program that we're doing on Saturdays, you do all these wonderful workshops. So there you go, girl. If you have a webcam or if you communicate with people, you know, we'd love to see you, and we'd love to see a little bit about, well, this is not show and tell, but we'd love to see a little bit of the things that you're doing in the new program, which hopefully will be wonderful. And, you know, if it doesn't fly, it doesn't fly. We can at least give it a go. Let's see what else we have. Joshua, I'm also thinking about you. I know that you have a tie-dye class coming up, so there you have it. And I think we've reached the end of the comments. That's lovely. Yay. So it's Thursday. Time to go get ready for Tony Bennett. Time to start collecting news for tomorrow, because that starts right after each and every broadcast. And I hope to see you again soon. But before I let you go, or before you let me go, I want to, as always, thank you for your company, your input, and your support. I hope you have an amazing day today. I hope to connect with you this afternoon at Tony Bennett. And if not, I hope to connect with you tomorrow morning as usual. Take care.